On this episode of the Cyndágo podcast.
Getting buff, online activists, creepy James Franco, and being racist? What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Cyndágo podcast. I am your host, Lance Nutstrong.
And I am Water Bottle Mike.
I imagine a guy named Mike.
Yeah?
When you said that, for some reason, I just couldn't think of anything else but a guy named Mike. Isn't that weird?
It is weird. For me, I thought of just some guy who tried to be a Little League coach, but they never gave him the job. So he just goes out of his way to give water to all the kids on the team. He's just known as Water Bottle Mike.
Water Boy.
He could never become a Little League coach.
Water Boy T-ball edition, essentially. Hey, Adam Sandler, we've got your next movie idea.
He has a movie coming out called Pixels, and it's when Pac-Man and Donkey Kong from the 8-bit era come and wreak havoc. It's based on a short film. Don't act excited.
No, I wasn't excited. I was like, no,
okay,
why?
Good.
No.
Bad Adam.
I don't know, man.
Adam.
I was a fan of Adam Sandler, but then I turned 11, so that's how that works.
I liked his stuff when it was Billy Madison, Big Daddy. I never watched Happy Gilmore too much, but I think the big movie I watched, the big two ones were the ones I just said. I'm not going to repeat them again, so proves if you're listening.
So yeah, this podcast was actually supposed to feature a good friend of ours, Grayson Beard.
Yeah.
But due to technical difficulties
on both of our parts, unfortunately.
Oh man, three things happened. Skype failed for the first time ever.
Yeah.
His phone that he was recording his audio on stopped recording, and
I rode a horse.
And Ryan rode a horse. That's why we couldn't finish, because I turned around, he was gone.
I was being ignorant, honestly. I wasn't paying attention to anything. All I cared about was me and my horse.
I look out the window and he's just riding off into the sunset. It was like. It was noon. I don't even know how you made the sun set at noon.
Oh, it's a horse, so can't really ask too many questions.
Yeah, that's true.
Equestrian. Hey, remember that?
Equestrians. You can't really ask too many equestrians. Oh, man, that was genius.
Dude, I'm proud of you.
Thanks, dude. But next time, hopefully, we will have Grayson on as a guest. Oh, also, that reminds us, or me. I don't know if that reminded you.
I don't know. Does it remind anyone?
We have now changed our podcast upload schedule. Ryan, what is our new upload schedule?
Our new upload schedule, if I'm correct, it was a fluke this week, but it will be Monday.
Mondays.
Yeah, Monday is every week on Monday. On the first Monday of every week.
Yes, that. So, yeah, we just realized, and I'd like to get more into this, but we realized that we have been slacking hardcore on making videos. And that's already been apparent. But we met with a really intelligent guy who's done a lot of work in the TV and movie industry, who kind of picked our channel apart and told us that the main problem we have with subscribers and views, the main issues that we're having, not getting enough, results directly from our lack of consistency.
We are probably one of the least consistent channels that comes to mind. Hopefully we'll be starting, maybe not a video every week, but every other week. I'd like to get multiple channels out in 1 month.
A new channel every month.
Yeah.
Cyndágo 1, Cyndágo 2.
We have Sinners.
You meant videos, though. You meant one video.
Yeah.
You say one video a week?
If we can't do that, you and I are already probably going to do a video a week, but whether that's on our channel or Mark's channel, it all depends on the feel of the video and how we write it,
right?
Stuff like that. So you're definitely going to see us every week or see our work every week. It's probably just not all going to be on our channel,
right? But we are also working on some other videos that aren't sketches or songs, that might be vlogs, lists, anything that we can do to move this kind of podcast, relaxed style of talking to YouTube, because that's where we started. We need to put more content on there. We've been almost too focused on the podcast, which is not a bad thing. We love doing it. We love having listeners. We love having guests. It's great. But we miss out a lot on, making money from YouTube. So
Yeah, well, because we need the money to be able to live.
yeah,
That's why you guys brought us out here. And if we just got out here, it's like, thanks everyone for getting us here. And also we just don't pull in, the money.
Now we're going to make a
living.
podcast. Now that we're here, we're going to do something we could have easily done in South Carolina. No, that's not what we want to do.
Yeah. But we actually just recently shot something, which that video and this podcast are going to be out on the same day.
That's right. So guys, go check it out right now. It is a video called
Tense.
I already forgot. I was going to say trust.
Trust. No, it's tense in all caps with a colon. And then after the colon, there's a space. What's after that space, Daniel?
After the space, it says a roommate confrontation.
Did you spell roommate correctly?
I spelled it right. I made sure.
Okay.
Every time
when we were chatting, you spelled it wrong every time. And I was like,
roommate.
Yeah, that was what you were doing. I was like,
I forgot the second M. I was sitting it was actually kind of an awkward ordeal because I was sitting in the Apple store today getting helped.
just sitting there. Just felt like being there. Kind of like an old guy on a bench at a park. That's just what Daniel does.
I was an old guy at a bench in an Apple store, essentially. But I was getting my phone repaired, which is now repaired. I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, like really fucking beat. Like, not even really like beat up.
It
seemed like it was from a phone from 10 years ago that has just been stayed on for all those 10 years, and now it's just coming back from the aftermath.
I know. It turned out, dude, I didn't even tell you this. It turns out I was 2 days away from my warranty expiring.
Oof.
I had no idea. I was 2 days
luck.
away.
That's
That is
luck.
complete luck.
So
that's the difference between me paying $130 and me paying $0.
And you got a whole new warranty, I'm guessing?
I don't think the warranty refresh. I don't know. Actually, I'm not sure.
Does it refresh like when you get a new plan or something? Like whenever you get another phone?
I think it has. Yeah, I think it has to do with the carrier, not Apple or
Okay.
Samsung or Motorola or Droid or whatever, whoever you get the phone through.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was sitting there, and it's Apple's Genius Bar. That's their new thing. Where
That's been a thing for a while.
has it been a thing?
We just never like noticed.
It's
We
new to
never.
us.
Yeah, it's new to us because like I don't even think in Charleston they really had a Genius Bar. Like I've never seen a Genius Bar until we came out to LA, and that's not. It's probably not just an LA thing. Just our Apple stores weren't as fancy. But I knew it had to have been a thing for a while because South Park had that episode a few years back about the Genius Bar.
Oh.
Like about the geniuses, and I think it had something to do with also like the human Sentai pad. That was their spoof.
They can't.
On the Human Centipede.
There used to be Genius. Genius was the first introduction of like a Pandora style station for iTunes, and that was years ago. And then that completely fell apart. But now it's the Genius Bar. So for those who live in small towns like where we're from and don't know what a Genius Bar is, it's essentially an Apple store set up with a bunch of tables, with a bunch of Macs and stools, just littered throughout. And it has this kind of like bar setting where you just sit. And there's a bunch of employees. There are so many employees just buzzing around, and they're all there to help you. So while I was getting my phone repaired, I was just on the Mac checking Facebook, checking YouTube, editing the video, and the guy who was helping me was sitting there like on the phone with Sprint, setting up my phone. By the way, Sprint sucks. Fuck you, Sprint. I mean,
I love you, AT&T. You're pretty
AT&T's great. I mean, even the guy was like, yeah, when we put the SIM card in phones for AT&T and Verizon, it's just magic. It just works. But for Sprint, we have to call. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it does. I don't get it. Sprint, what are you doing? Anyway.
What are you doing? You're offering these deals, but it's just not working, Sprint. What are you doing?
Why are you doing? Okay. Anyway, goddamn it.
Down a bit.
So I was checking shit, uploading, editing the video while I was processing all the details and shit. And the guy saw my face in the video.
And he was like, ew.
Were you there? How did you know? I'm just kidding. But he looked and I saw he made this weird look. And I felt like I had to like say something because I thought he was about to say something. But I'm pretty sure he didn't notice at all. Mm-hmm. So I said, yeah, this is my YouTube channel. He said, oh, what? So I just look like...
You're watching yourself, watching your own YouTube
I'm watching
channel.
myself and brought it to his attention, by the way.
It's like, hey, come here, check this out.
Check this
out. By the way,
out.
we have like, 500 business cards?
Oh, fuck.
But we haven't given one out yet.
I've given a business card out before. I gave it to one person.
Yeah, you gave it to a photographer, I believe.
Something like that. I don't remember. Anyway, we have a lot of them, And
I don't even have one in my wallet. I need to put a few in my wallet.
You don't have any in your wallet?
No. Have you seen my wallet? It's a tiny little wallet.
That's true.
Do you see this? Look at this.
Guys, look at his wallet right now.
Fuck you. It's just a tiny... I love it because it's not... It doesn't make my butt hurt when I sit down.
Sorry about that break there. My voice crack. I had to take a sip from the water bottle. Man, I've been drinking so much water lately. You know why? Because we've been working out.
Boom.
Working out.
Bam.
Getting strong.
Schlam.
Schlongs.
I was about to say that, except not the plural form. I was just going to say schlong.
Well, when you do it, you got to do it big.
Yeah?
Schlongs.
Schlongs.
I know I clipped the mic.
We've been working out with our schlongs.
We've been working out only our schlongs.
In bed at night.
Stop it. Stop it.
Stop it.
No, but in all seriousness, there's a gym in our facilities. So, we've been hitting it hard, man.
Yeah.
We started out working out with Mark, but Mark's been super busy, so he's been flaking on us.
Whatever. Busy.
But Mark, he's
Busy.
uploading 2 videos a day.
Busy. It's not like he has to upload 2 videos a day and
No.
record in advance or anything.
No, come on.
It's not like he also has meetings set up with other people and collaborations to do and things to go over and stuff like that. It's like not like no. It's not like that stuff happens.
Oh, come on. Hell no. I mean, seriously. Anyway, and it's not like he's 10 times more fit than we are. And it doesn't really matter.
I mean, come on.
Anyway, so
nipples.
Yeah, we've been hitting the nipples. Oh, silly me.
Oh, look at
I
you.
meant to say gym. We've been hitting the gym pretty hard. We are now on a...
We just walk up to it and fuck you, Jim.
We punch
Fuck
it.
you.
And everybody else around is like, what the fuck?
If my stepdad listens to this, he's gonna be like, oh. Just fuck you, Jim.
By the way, guys, his stepdad is named Jim.
JYM.
Yo, what's up? I'm Jim. I'm from Albania. I don't have an accent. Fuck you.
That's just where I'm from.
Anyway, so...
yeah, we've been working out hard. We switch between core and upper body and then legs.
So that's upper body and core one day, and then legs and cardio the other day. So like
we're on an AB schedule of Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but then we try to jog on the off days.
Ah, man, I was a bad boy today.
So was I. I wasn't that bad of a boy today, but I was a shit boy. We fucking had In-N-Out the other night.
Yeah,
dude.
we had In-N-Out, and before that we had, oh god, we went to the movies. We each had a slush, we each had popcorn, we each had candy, and like now today I had teriyaki chicken wings. I had 10 of them. Then I like had 6 mozzarella sticks, and I gotta fucking stop. I want to kill myself. Not like that. I want to kill myself in the gym. I know. I see your face.
Okay.
You're like, whoa, watch it, buddy. I'm like, no.
He wants to exert himself as one would to stop one's heart. That's what you mean. Like,
yes,
work really
with a
hard.
noose.
I was helping you, and then you fucked it all up. And
no, like you hold on to the noose. Okay, follow me here. You hold on to the noose.
Okay.
Then you run on the treadmill, so it's like you're walking your dog, except your dog's like dragging you. So it adds more force, so you get more momentum.
So why do you want to hang your dog? I don't understand. So we've been hitting it pretty hard, guys. Hitting it pretty hard. Haven't seen results yet because it's only been 2 weeks, and we've been cheating like a couple of idiots on our diets.
Yeah, we've only been really... I think we just hit this like lump for like 3 days. We just like, we're eating. But I think we'll get back right into it. I mean...
Yeah, we'll be fine. I'm pretty proud of us, honestly. Now,
yeah.
Most people who are listening have seen us before. We don't have rock star gym athlete physiques.
You know,
and
our boobs are just like every normal guy's boobs.
Every normal, with gynecomastia. Dude, I knew that.
What is that?
That's actually like a legitimate hormone problem where young boys' breasts grow to
I'm so sorry,
ridiculous size. Shut up. I'm just kidding. I saw a commercial.
Let's
one
host
time
a
ago.
fundraiser. I'll play Super Mario Brothers and Mario Kart, and we can raise money for his boobs.
Little boys with boobs. That's what it'll be.
Hashtag little boys with boobs.
So mean. It's a real problem.
You're so serious about it. It's not nice. That's so mean. It's like little boys with boobs.
I don't want Tumblr getting on our ass about little boys with boobs.
Tumblr is fucking on point with every goddamn thing. It's so ridiculous. So, like, just the other day, we wanted to like promote just to be like, hey, because we're proud of what we edited in the Five Nights at Freddy's thing for Mark. We're proud of that.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden, like on Tumblr, right when like you posted, this is probably the only. I don't even think we posted about it the first time. I think this is our first time actually posting about it.
Yeah.
Someone goes, they can't stop bragging about that video on Twitter. It's like, fuck you. We mentioned it once.
And it's a hell yeah. I mean, okay, first of all, we weren't even bragging. I don't think they know what bragging means.
Bragging by definition, it should be he's like, hey, check out this video. This is a pretty fucking awesome video, isn't it? This is so fucking rad.
By the way, we made it. We made it together.
It's awesome.
The two of us.
It's better than anyone's.
Better than your videos. No, we didn't do that, okay? We just posted it because we're proud of it, okay?
Yeah. It took a lot of time.
And there could be plenty of people that didn't know we made it.
Yeah.
Because
and I don't care if you didn't like the video. It's the fact that you're like, it's racist.
That's what it is. Okay, let's bring it up. Let's bring up what people are talking about.
Okay.
So apparently, people are upset because there's a part near the end of the video, and coincidentally, it's a part that I was in charge of.
Bad Daniel.
Sorry. Well, basically, there's a part where he says, "I'm feeling slightly sassy." Mark says that. So I add this picture of a woman looking sassy, and I animated it. Well, it just so happens that the picture of the woman is a meme that's been used for years of an African American woman.
It's pretty much
black.
It's animating a meme that's already in existence and in the
and she's making a sassy face. I mean, this is obviously an actor. She knows what she was doing.
Yeah,
she knows she was doing that.
It's intentionally she posed for it, and
right?
And it's not some type of fucking propaganda or like it's not like the picture wasn't taken. It's like, okay, we need to make sure no more black people act sassy.
Yeah, we're not stopping.
We're saying sassy is a negative thing, and it's like all black people are sassy, and like posting posters of it all around town, and trying to start this big thing. We don't have an agenda.
Well, dude, what am I supposed to do with all those posters?
Just put them in your closet, honestly.
Okay, all right. Well, okay, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I mean, it's not like we're trying to do that, but seriously, that was really. It's honestly kind of funny. We're sorry that offends some people, but. Anybody,
That's their fault.
I think anybody with a brain can realize that we were just, it was such a simple joke. There were so many other things in that video to get offended by if that's going to offend you.
Yeah.
Like a bunny with a banjo, that's a real epidemic.
Or promoting a game that has child violence, that has children that are being murdered, that horrific attacks on children.
Actually,
how dare you support that game?
Actually, you know what? You're right, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck our video.
Yeah.
I hate that video
That's
now.
Bullshit. How dare Five Nights at Freddy's be a goddamn thing?
So, okay, now that we've gotten off the soapbox.
Yeah.
That kind of pissed us off, kind of made us laugh. Weird little mix there.
Now, I have another question.
What's up?
Like, this is going to be a little serious. Also, do you also think we also have blinders to these types of things because we are white males? Like, do you think that is like it puts blinders and like, oh, it's not that big of a deal? Like, I mean,
I think to a certain extent, maybe. I see what you're getting at. I think to a certain extent that there is a separation where it's harder for us to inherently understand where these people are coming from because we come from like our surroundings are a lot less involved with being mindful of those things of looking out for like red flags and people's.
I don't know, just like the friend group.
I don't know.
The friend group, at least our friend group. It's very accepting and it's very open to dark humor and like jokes like that.
Right.
And so like, my cousin Mazen, he's more darker complexion because, my mom's somewhat Middle Eastern, but his dad is Middle Eastern and his mom are both Middle Eastern, so he gets the full package. And of course, when 9/11 happened, he had a lot of just kind of like racist, like, oh, terrorist type of jokes thrown his way, and that affected him. But at the same level, he turned it around and he's like, oh, terror. I don't know. He made light of it. Mm-hmm. And Grayson said something the other day, which I'm not sure he's going to touch on, but like we all agreed that it was very humor is therapeutic. It can help.
Right.
And it's not like, and you may be going like, yeah, but how is the sassy black meme therapeutic? It's like, it's comedy. We're
The thing is, it's like we weren't even trying to bring attention to the fact that she was African American. It was a picture of being sassy. I couldn't find any other people being sassy. I didn't readily did when I searched sassy. It was 20,000 pictures of that meme. That's what it was.
It was a perfect pose of sassy.
She did it well. I mean, it's the line. It stops there. There was no ulterior motive there. So that makes me mad. I don't know.
And then someone got me the other day of like microaggressions. Do you know what that is?
Maybe. What are you talking about?
Microaggressions are like, I think it's almost stuff that's like, we don't really notice. Like, when you go on Vine and you see a white guy, like, or even an Asian guy making fun of like, oh, ching chong 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 chong, like that stuff. It's like, that is a microaggression because it's not supporting the stereotype, but it's saying that it can be played off in a light way without even referencing what negative aspects of that subject are attached to that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a whole world out there that I just like. I'm like, oh, geez. Oh.
Yeah, I just I just don't even think about it. I just stay away from it. And maybe I'm everyone's worst enemy. I'm the bane of all these activists' existences because I just stay completely clear of it. Actually, I was talking to a good friend of mine, Dallas, who I'd like to have on the show very soon.
Yeah.
And he was saying, he put it so well. He said, I don't have a problem with the causes themselves. Mm-hmm. I have a problem with the people who have to have a cause. Yeah. Everybody has to have a cause. Yeah. Everybody has to have something to push for. And they're always, that's their thing. But as soon as they start pushing it in your face, that's where the problem is.
Yeah.
But the cause itself is never bad. It's all about your execution of how you go about enforcing it and realizing when things are legitimately happening that will hurt people. And back to what you're saying about the blinders thing, I don't know. Maybe that could be true. But I feel like I've got my own dreams and aspirations in my life, and I want to focus on those. And I consider myself to be a really tactful, mindful person of other people's feelings and how I come off to them. And if I'm not, I'd like for them to let me know so I can learn.
It's like in this generation, it's more of, you don't have to worry about being racist because most people aren't racist. You have to worry about seeming racist. Like, do you seem racist?
That's true. That's actually a really good point.
You never have to worry for actually committing these actions, just looking like you did. That's how I see it, at least. I don't know. Yeah.
I think what's really interesting is Louis' quote about sexism. He's like, racism is stupid. Racism, it's on the way out.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Yeah.
It's ignorance. But sexism is deep.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter.
There's something about
upbringing. There's just something about the sexes. They will never stop trying to kill each other. They love each other.
Yeah.
But they hate each other.
Yeah.
And that's something that's really interesting because sexism is a huge problem. It really is. And like even in the video that we just recently made for Sexy Mark, like over-sexuality is a legitimate problem, I think.
Yeah, like you look at stuff and like Mark's just like, I don't know, he posts a picture and he's just smiling or whatever, and then you see people like, oh, hey, Daddy Mark. Like that's... and maybe we're getting into the point where we're too overly sensitive, but like getting to that point, it's like creepy and abusive in a way where it's just like, oh, hey, Daddy, how's it going? Oh, my God, I'm like, I've seen comments that are like, oh, I'm so wet. It's like, ew, stop, gross, just cut it out.
Yeah, it's kind of like taking advantage of him.
Yeah, I mean, it's just seeing things that aren't there.
But I mean, the amount, I mean, that compared to what happens to females getting over-sexualized is...
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole debate. I mean, people over-sexualize, movies, advertisements, video games, of course, but then you have, the other offensive side saying, male models are just as, provocatively, whatever. It's just a fight. I'm not throwing in my cards here at any point. There are always like two sides and as you were saying, there's always an opposing force between like males and females usually. Yeah, I really can't see that ending soon. It's not like it's as big of a problem as racism was because there's deaths and like mobs and stuff like that going back in racism not even that long ago.
Right.
With sexism, it's just more of just the mindset. It's more of just kind of like a mindset of how you see things, just ignorance, just I don't know. But I honestly think if there's anything to fix the whole sexism idea. It is the rise of the acceptance of gay marriage.
Yeah, that's something that could.
I think that's something that is kind of closing the gap in
Right.
in some sort of sexist argument. I just think the more we become accepting of things that just seem just like, as I said, different races, gay marriage, and now men and women have always been at opposing forces.
Yeah, all these. There's so many causes, and they're all great. But it's funny because like most of my free time, I don't think about these causes. I'm thinking about like what plugin would make vocals sound better in our next video. Like most of my free time is just I just don't think about it. And I'll say it again, like that could be the problem. Therein lies the problem, is that I don't think about it. But I feel like the more I think about this stuff, the more of a hateful person I become.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think you said this a while back, even before we moved. It's just like all you know is how to be angry at something. Like, it's just, maybe not all, maybe that's an over-exaggeration, but I see where you're going with this. It's like, you see something, and then all you focus on is, like, the negative. It's like, oh, there's positive some aspects. It's like, no, like, that was wrong with it, that was wrong with it. You just start picking things apart to where it's hard to enjoy anything.
Yeah.
It's hard to enjoy even the concept of a movie, or because even like you may not like a certain movie for being sexist, but then people go to the extent of like the whole movie industry is based on sexism and racism and stuff, and then they just push the whole entertainment industry when there are genres and there are creators who create things, and so what if the monster is contaminated with this stuff? There are still people out there trying to make art and pushing for a better cause and pushing for equality through all the marks. So
yeah, I also believe that the internet has become a tool that has almost been abused for a lot of voices, because it's given the opportunity for having a mass audience hear what you want to say. But the problem,
the wrong people.
The problem is it's like now it seems like it's about. Or I guess it's always been like this. It's always been the same, this archetype of it's not about who speaks the truest, it's about who speaks the loudest.
Yeah.
It's about who you can actually hear.
Yeah.
And the more people that you have listening to you, and the more people start buzzing about what you're saying, whether it's true or it's propaganda or it's bullshit or it's hilarious or it's mean or it's hate, whatever you're saying, if a lot of people can hear it, there's going to be a lot of feedback. There's going to be a lot of buzz.
Let me just look at the Westboro Baptist Church. I just showed you recently they even have a Vine. They have Twitter, Vine. I don't know if they might have Instagram.
Well, I doubt there's anybody watching their stuff like, you know what? They're making a good point.
Well, no, but still, like well, it's not even that. It's more like
I'm talking about like a lot of I don't know. I'm talking about a lot of things on Tumblr. A lot of these like things that get people like, yeah, you know what? That's so true. But it's like, okay, take a step back. Just because a lot of people in this community.
Well, I was going to touch on that. I was going to say that just because these radical quote unquote Christians are saying this doesn't mean they represent all Christians. It doesn't mean like someone can view all Christians as the viewpoint of like,
right?
These soldiers are dying. Yay! The gays must die. It's already such a touchy subject within the church as it is, bringing it up if you are religious or not. But I just feel like negative voices, like they stick to people. And so when they see someone saying the word Jesus and raising up a sign that says queers go to hell or some shit like that, it's going to stick with them mentally instead of a church message on a billboard.
Right. Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. Like the views of the radical views of some bleed into the views of everyone sometimes, and gives everyone a bad reputation. And that definitely is true too with a lot of the activism that's on Tumblr. And there are plenty of other places where activism exists. Tumblr is the most readily available one in my mind because that's the one that I tend to see the most activity on. And again, I don't know if I sound stupid saying this now, but I really don't have really any vendetta against people having a cause.
No.
But even though I said that quote earlier, but it's just sometimes I don't know. It comes down to the fact that there's this certain pocket of ignorance to that kind of stuff that I kind of stay in. Not to a lot of things. Ignorance is a huge problem for a lot of people, for most people. But I feel like ignorance from that kind of stuff is healthy for me because I could be naturally, or I could be easily an angry, hateful, spiteful person if I, dig too deep into this, if I watch too many videos about this one subject, if I do, I don't want to open my eyes to too many bad things. I don't want to become a negative person because that's all I can see in a lot of these certain.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to go any deep in that.
I feel like there's also the problem. Okay, I don't want to go too much into this subject.
Yeah, no, I feel like we're.
But it's like the internet. You can look at and you can judge as much as you want, but when comes the point where you actually do something about it, where you take a stand and you try to do something. I've seen a lot of people just like stick to a blog or stick to a Tumblr, and that's great. Words, that's fighting power. But at the end of it, it comes down to the words you use and the saying like, you're stupid for not seeing what I see. That doesn't attract anyone to believe what you want, what your cause is. You, if you are going about a cause, you have to do it in a way to appeal to the mass. And even though that may seem like, I don't want to appeal to the mass. The mass is the one that's causing the problems in the first place. But you have to open up the eyes. You have to appeal to them. You have to at least not speak as strongly and poisonously. Yeah,
you can't piss the people off that you're trying to quote unquote help. You know what I mean? If you're trying to wake people up, I don't know. There's just so many. It's just such an interesting gray area of morality when it comes to certain activists and what they're doing and what you're allowed to say back. Yeah.
I'm sure we said 100 things that would piss a lot of people
we've
off.
probably accidentally said some things that are going to set some of you guys off, and we're sorry. We really are, but this is how we feel. This is the Cyndágo podcast, and honestly, it's your fault for listening. Sorry.
It's your fucking fault. You're listening. You downloaded it. You took the time to download
But if at this point you're still with us and you're enjoying it, we fucking love you so much. Thank you guys.
Gracias.
Seriously. Gracias. Other language thank yous.
Yeah.
Muy bien. That's thank you in Spanish, right?
Muy bien.
I'm kidding. I'm fucking kidding. Good. I was trying to go for like a more joking language, but I'd fail. I couldn't think fast enough. You too?
E2.
Me?
E2.
And you?
E2.
Hey, Spanish listeners. How you
They
feeling?
have a Mexican-themed podcast, but they fuck them.
That's cultural appropriation. Okay, moving on.
Yay.
So, we saw a movie recently, and we kind of have this thing where we like to talk about movies, and it usually is pretty negative. So let's go ahead and jump into the negative movie hour with Ryan and Daniel. What did we see recently?
We don't want to see negative movies.
We don't want to.
We were looking for you and I are looking for another Cabin in the Woods, another Nightcrawler, another Kingsman, something that just jolts us into being excited to be in the fucking theater. That's what I love. The first movie that you and I ever saw together, that you and I think it created this just cinematic bond between us was Cabin in the Woods.
Absolutely.
It was fucking awesome. If you haven't seen it already, I don't want to spoil too much, but just fucking see it, please.
Yeah. Don't watch the trailer. Don't do anything. Seriously, don't go to the IMDb page.
It's on Netflix.
Nothing.
It's on Netflix. Or you can just torrent it.
Yeah.
We don't support torrent. Just do it.
Just fucking steal it. Just steal it. I mean, we're not telling you to steal it, but steal it.
Yeah.
We don't advocate stealing. We are completely free of any blame for your
actions.
Here. But if you don't want to pay for it, the option is open.
Yeah, you could steal it if you wanted to, but that is against the law. We want to say that it is against the law to steal. But
let me just steal it. Come on. Anyway, don't steal. Seriously, guys. Come on.
So the movie we're talking about is called True Story. What a fucking bland title.
Well, it was the name of the book.
And
there's been so many great movies where it's been based on a book, but a different title.
Yeah, but this adds to the sourness of what the movie has done.
Oh, man. This movie really broke my heart because of the cast, man. It was so good.
It was so,
the cast was great.
Yeah. Well, I think Jonah Hill was miscast.
Okay, let me say this.
Give a brief description. Give a synopsis, please.
Well, let me finish my point about the cast because I did word that wrong. The cast itself, from a completely objective view, when you have
James Franco.
Yeah, I can't remember any of their damn names.
Hill.
James Franco, Jonah Hill, and
Felicity Jones.
3 great names that have done a lot of great things. You think you'd put them together and you'd get magic. I don't know who to blame. I never knew who to blame with movies. I never know to blame the director, the writer, the assistant director. Maybe somebody had a shitty day. This day fucked it. I don't know. I never know who to blame for a bad movie. I have to blame everyone equally because that's fair. But to give you a brief synopsis of this movie, basically it is about a writer. What's up?
Good luck with trying to describe it.
It's gonna be kind of hard to describe it without spoiling anything.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's basically Jonah Hill plays this writer. He's down on his luck because, well, actually, no, it's his fault. He fucked up. So then he gets contacted by this murderer or murderer on trial. We don't know if he's guilty.
Who knows? Oh, no.
Who knows? And he gets contacted by him. They start talking. He wants the inmate wants Jonah Hill to write his book. Inmate played by James Franco. Felicia Jones. Felicia Day
Felicity
Jones. Wow, it just makes like 12 names.
I think that's her name. I'm going to check it. I really believe it. Just keep talking.
Anyway, chick who didn't play Stephen Hawking in The World We Once Knew. What the fuck was that name?
It was called...
Theory of Everything.
Yeah, Theory of Everything.
I'm butchering this, guys. Bear with me here.
It's Felicity Jones.
Felicity Jones plays Jonah Hill's wife, and her character's pretty empty. And
unfortunately, because she was the most interesting character that I wanted to go more
I know.
I didn't even care about the murderer or not murderer or whatever he was.
Whatever, yeah. I mean, guys...
James Franco.
It's so hard to say because we are also in a pretty shitty environment. There was this group of dudes. They all had this really, really deep voice.
Yeah.
And they were all...
On their phones.
Talking, like just... Talking like we were. Hey, what's going on, man? This volume in a movie theater. Small movie theater, by the way.
This is my this is what I heard the whole time. Just show me that. Sounded like a bunch of Sims up in there. That's what what it sounded like.
Well, they're foreign and they're allowed to.
They're allowed. Fuck you. Yeah, they're allowed to talk and whatever. But like,
they weren't allowed to talk. That's the point. It's a movie theater.
It's just like something in my head. It's like I have one or two things. If someone's talking a different language, I can tune them out, and it's like white noise because I don't understand it. So what do I care? And then when it's like in a movie and they're talking, it's like I want to know what's so goddamn important they have to be talking about.
Yeah, well,
maybe it's something very fucking important. Maybe they're protecting the president of the United States of America.
I'm still stuck on the fact that you said it sounds like Sims. Like they're back there like Zubaba way.
That's what it
Dean wanna do. Keen Nakawala.
They might as well have. I mean, it would have made the same sense to me.
Do Branush. Like shit like that. Like
it's just gibberish to me. Other languages are just gibberish. I mean
they're gibberish to everybody.
Yeah, you don't understand them.
My dad had a friend who didn't learn English until he was like way later in life, and he said English sounded like a bunch of dogs barking. That was his description of the English language.
English is probably the most disgusting language to have to listen to if you don't understand.
It really is, and we can only say that because we speak it. Because in my mind, there are more disgusting languages, but I can't say them because that's mean. And I was gonna say, not that I hate the people or anything about it, but there's just something about like a Vietnamese language that I just don't like. I'm not gonna do a Vietnamese impression.
I don't know what it sounds like. Just do your best. What could it sound like?
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys.
I just want to know what it sounds like.
All right, disclaimer: this could come off really fucked up. I'm sorry. I just want to show Ryan.
Is that really?
Guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but
it sounds like the prank calls. What's that guy that does that stuff?
Ownage prank calls?
Yeah, Ditch prank calls.
That dude is hilarious.
What did he do again? He was just like...
I do not know why.
Yeah, he was great.
Like a somebody. Hello.
There's a guy on Vine that does that. His name is like something Klondike Bar.
But guys, to bring it back to what we were saying earlier, we are not racist, okay? Look, this is just us being racist. That's all it is. I think
it says something a lot about just like these movements where everything we say, we're like, guys, hold on.
I don't want to have to do that.
Racist.
I want to make these jokes,
sexist.
But I don't know. This is why I don't. Anyway, so we were watching this movie, and it wasn't a very enjoyable movie. It was just dull. There was a lot of moments where it was like
James Franco fucking swallowing the whole time. I could hear just ew.
I think he had a separate microphone for his throat.
He did. They did it they probably did it over 5 times. You noticed it too.
Yeah,
right?
just let me see if I can recreate this for you guys.
Yeah, that's exactly what it fucking was. And it's like the smallest swallow, but it was like so fucking big. I didn't understand.
So yeah, I was the one who saw her that night. You feel me, bro? No, he didn't say anything.
I told you this after the movie. James Franco's character is just Instagram James Franco.
If you guys have not seen James Franco's Instagram, it is one of the most
It's entertaining to us. Maybe
disappointing celebrity Instagrams because he just looks like
dad selfies.
He looks like a creepy dad. It's no offense to the dads. Sorry.
No offense to creepy dads out there.
We don't mean to offend all the creepy dads that are listening right now.
Ah, shit. Oh, no. I'm creepy. This is racist.
Daddist.
Let's start that group. Let's start a Tumblr group called Daddist.
Hashtag Daddist, guys.
You have another hashtag Daddist.
If you're against dads, you're a daddist. So yeah, the movie was a disappointment. There's really not much else to say. It's not like there were any like that, and that's the thing. It was bad, but it wasn't like the worst movie I've ever seen. So it was just kind of like in the middle, just floating helplessly.
The script was like a Lifetime or Hallmark Channel.
Absolutely, yeah. You whispered that. You're like Lifetime, halfway through. The way it was shot, I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't not appealing to the eye because it had the nice dramatic feel, but I felt like it was lacking creativity.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't talked about the new show we just finished the first season of on our podcast, have we?
Better Call Saul. Holy shit. Gray, we owe you the biggest fucking apology.
And we had Gray on the podcast a few episodes ago. I don't feel like counting. And he gave us his review of that show and said that it was great. And Ryan and I both agreed that, we didn't want to touch it because we were afraid it might
poison the universe that Breaking Bad created.
Exactly. But we watched it. We finished the first season. We could not wait. We did this thing where we go through the whole day doing our work, whatever. But every night we get together and be like, all right, Better Call Saul. Let's watch an episode. It always end up of us watching 3 episodes or something. And then the last night we killed 3 in a row or something crazy?
My favorite episode was still the second episode.
That was great.
I don't want to give any spoilers, but the second episode was my favorite episode of Better Call Saul.
I don't even... It all kind of just blended together for me, but...
Mm-hmm. You know what episode I'm talking about, right?
No.
They go out into the desert.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's really cool because some of the casting has some pretty interesting characters from some video games that Ryan pointed out to me.
Yeah, oh my god. I fucking flipped out when I noticed who it was.
Two people, right?
Yeah, 2 people. It's fucking awesome. Okay, the first guy that I noticed, he's actually a pretty main side character within the show right now. If you've played Far Cry 3, he was I forgot his name all of a sudden.
Voss?
Yeah, Voss, that's it. Thank you for remembering what I told you.
Jesus.
Yeah, Voss from Far Cry 3. I mean, it's the same fucking character pretty much, except now he's not just some islander.
Intimidating bad guy.
Yeah, I mean, I love him as an actor. He's always just been the evil Mexican in law shows. That's always what he's been, and that's not me saying. You go and look at his IMDb.
Nobody's saying that you're being racist.
I'm so mad that I
know we set a weird tone. Just forget it.
Anyways, and then the other one plays Trevor in Grand Theft Auto 5.
So cool.
Yeah, and you can in those 2 games, the characters look like they do from the video game, and of course they sound the same. It's not like the voice actor's doing a different voice or them using a different model for the character in the video game. It's pretty much the same person from the video game,
right?
Which I just flip out over because I'm like, Except Trevor's character, I think it only really works in the video game because he just kind of, to me, overacted a little bit.
Trevor, yeah, I thought, or whoever he played. He played a much like a 1 episode long, 1 scene long character. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Yeah, so I think his screen time was perfect. But yeah, man, I'm so sorry that we doubted you before.
Yeah, do you like the guy who plays the Voss? I can't remember his name, but
do I like his as an actor?
The Voss guy? Do you like him?
Yeah, I remember starting at Far Cry 3. Profile or whatever you gamers call them nowadays, a save file.
Nowadays,
on when we were back in South Carolina, and I played through the story, and I remember in the beginning when you're in that gate, and he's leaned over and they mocapped him, and he was. It was really cool. So I remember that. Also, I've played some Grand Theft Auto.
Did you beat the game?
No, I didn't.
How far did you get? Do you remember?
I got to where I got to the village and started doing a bunch of missions. And
Wait, did you play it over at my house, or did you actually own it for a little while?
no, I played it at your house.
Oh, okay. Because I forget. Because sometimes you used to come over to my house and you used to just create a save file. You did that for Dead Space too.
We did that like when we first started becoming friends.
Yeah, I think the first game you did that with was Dead Space 2.
Yep.
Dead Space 2 is my favorite Dead Space game.
Really?
Yeah. It's great.
But we will have to have did we talk about video games? Dude. Mm-hmm. We'd be, I don't know if we'd be doing the whole, is there like podcasts have like a whole, we looked up, podcasts do have like a law thing. You can't play copyrighted music.
Yeah, it's best.
Is it
to
like
stay
the
away
30-second rule though?
I don't want to touch it.
That's true. Cause I was going to say like that night where we were editing and then like I was doing something and then you were playing
just different.
You were playing different themes from like 90s,
like the Proud Family or Phil from the Future.
Yeah, and
stuff like that,
etc. More kids TV shows. Yeah, he was just playing these themes. Yeah. It was ridiculous because your knowledge, you're like. It seems like all those shows just sat in the front of your brain, like ready to go. I haven't thought of those shows in years, and you're just like, oh yeah, this one.
Sabrina
oh yeah, this
the
one.
Teenage Witch.
Such a long list. I think I picked Our Room Monsters to play.
Yeah.
Oh, you play. I can't even remember some of the themes you played.
Some of them you didn't even see the shows, like Brandy and Mr. Whiskers. You just never.
No, I remember that show now.
You did?
Oh yeah,
okay,
I remember it now. I don't think I liked it. I stopped watching cartoons pretty early.
You watched
for
Dave
some
the
reason.
Barbarian?
Yeah, I do remember Dave the Barbarian.
It's funny to me, sure.
But what the fuck were we talking about?
We were talking about something.
We were talking about the actors.
Yeah.
You asked me if I liked Voss.
Yeah.
Wow. Didn't take long to get completely off track.
So, no, we were talking about video games before. Even after that, we were talking about.
We moved on to video games.
Dead Space too.
Yeah.
And
but to answer your question, yes.
Why, thank you, sir.
Oh man, you know what? We were talking about our diet. I'm really hungry right now.
I don't feel like working out because I have a bunch of just fried cheese and.
Did you bring it home?
No.
Oh!
Like
I thought you were gonna.
It's still in my stomach. It's gonna take a while to digest this fried cheese and fucking teriyaki chicken.
I jumped the gun. I thought you were gonna say I have all this stuff sitting in the fridge waiting on me. I was like, no, you.
I miss my sherbet.
Fucking asshole.
I miss my sherbet.
It's sorbet.
Sherbet.
It's sorbet.
Whatever.
You fucking know that.
Oh. Do I?
You know that sherbet and sorbet are two completely different animals. You know that.
Animals within the same animal kingdom.
No, I was saying that sherbet and sorbet are two...
Lion King.
You fucked it up. You say animal kingdom again.
Whatever, I wanted to jump the gun. Fuck it.
I just said jump the gun. No, you said jump the gun.
You made me say jump the gun.
You scared me. Oh man, you know what sucks? That we couldn't keep the part of the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna explain this and do this absolutely no justice right now. But
and so fucking pissed.
Oh, I know you were mad for such a long time, like a longer time than I expected you to be mad. But when we were recording the podcast that turned out to be a dud with Grayson, there was a part where Ryan was complaining that he couldn't hear Grayson in his headphones, so I cranked up Ryan's headphone volume
all the way.
I didn't mean to be all the way. I couldn't see where the knob was. I was just like testing to see if you'd be like, yeah, that's good. Yeah. No, maybe louder, maybe lower. And Grayson just goes,
like really loud. So the loudest volume plus the loudest noise. Fucking
Ryan
pissed.
flipped his shit.
Jumped. I don't even know how to explain it.
You don't even need a workout because your heart rate probably went through the roof when that happened.
God,
dude, we should create a new exercise program where it's just like jump scares and just keeps your heart rate up. Like you like run and then you just keep getting scared. Oh my god,
you fucking
dude.
fall off the treadmill.
Well, no, it'd be like what was that? What was the Omni? What was that?
What?
You know the Omni, the thing that like it straps you in. It looks like a baby thing that babies get in. They put their legs in and they just like spin around.
I know
you
what you're talking about, but I don't know what it is.
But the video game thing where you put on like an Oculus Rift style.
It looks like the same thing, and there's like a little treadmill under you.
Yeah,
and you have a gun.
Imagine that.
Mark had like some like Instagram post or something.
He actually had a video like a year ago about it.
Oh yeah.
I heard about it just I think this year, but he's had a year up that video up for over a year. I think it was at some convention he was at.
Yeah.
Anyway, imagine that, like mixing that with exercise and just being terrified. Keep your heart rate up. Just people have legitimate heart attacks. That'd be
just like there's this game where it's like run away from the beast and you're in a fort and like run away from the beast and you're in a forest or something, and each level like I don't know. I just picture like there should be a game where you're running away from a monster.
God, that'd be so scary.
Like you hear it behind you and shit.
Like or what if like it tracks your speed, like you're in control of your speed, obviously, and it measures how fast you're going. And if you go beneath a certain speed for a certain amount of time, the monster gets closer. So it keeps you at like 5.0 miles per hour while you're jogging, and like the incline changes. Dude,
that would be awesome.
All right, game designers.
Scare out or work scare or calorie scare burn.
All right, Ryan's not going to be in charge of naming it. Let's
burn scare. Burn the scare.
Scalary burner. Scalaries.
Ballery Kerners.
Bowels. Guys.
Bowels.
I think this is okay. Look.
Bowels.
Okay, now's a good time to end it, I guess. We might as well go. You know what? You ruined it.
What?
You ruined the whole pod. Now we got to delete the whole podcast.
And then start from the beginning.
So you know what? Why don't you just go ahead and just say bye to the guys?
Daddy, yeah.